Hello everyone, it's Alina. Welcome to my Soap General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. No one who has watched General Hospital for even 5 minutes is ever going to suggest that Ava Jerome consider accessorizing with a halo. But occasionally, the femme fatale stoops so low that it causes even her portrayer pause. Case in point, the schemer's choice to substitute ex-lover Morgan's bipolar medication with placebos in hopes of isolating him from her kid, Kiki. That move alone was awful enough, heaven, hell, knows. But to make it even worse, it mistakenly contributed to Morgan's death in the explosion that was meant to take out Ava's brother Julian. How did Maura West defend her character's actions, if only in her character's head? I had to focus on one thing in order to make that work for me, which was Ava's belief that I've got to protect Kiki. She's going to end up killed because she's with this guy, who we don't need to tell you was the son of mobster Sonny Corinthos, and therefore a perennial moving target. That's how I could sell it to myself, she tells Soap Opera Digest, to make it about her love for her daughter. That still doesn't imply that the twist rates among the Emmy winners' favorites. Ava was a cog in the wheel that led to the death of Morgan, West remembers, and I didn't love that, to be honest. But she adds, I don't have to love everything Ava does, I just have to do it as best I can. Yesterday, Wednesday, January 10, General Hospital viewers got their first glance at a reporter named Angela Brighton, who showed up at Bobby's funeral ceremony with news about Carly's mom and what she had been doing before her death. The actress who is playing in the part, Brighton Hertford, not only turned up on the ABC serial in the past, but she had a very close role to Bobby. She played her adoptive daughter, Barbara Jean B.J. Jones. Seeing Hertford all grown up and involved in the tale was a great opportunity to pay tribute to not only Bobby, but to her portrayer, the late Jacqueline Zeman, who Hertford worked with in the early 1990s. So who was BJ and how did she find her way into Bobby's life? Bobby's buddy Dr. Tony Jones had a daughter bearing Bobby's namesake, Barbara Jean. Her mom, Tony's wife, Tanya, had died in a car accident, and when Bobby and Tony married in 1989, she took BJ as her own. However, 5 years later, in 1994, BJ died as a consequence of a school bus accident, which left Bobby and Tony, whose marriage was on the rocks, devastated. But did you know that BJ's heart still beats in Port Charles, much like that of Katie on The Bold and the Beautiful, who underwent a transplant and had her brother Storm's heart? BJ's went to Frisco, and Felicia's daughter Maxie, who became gravely ill as a kid and needed a transplant. Watch the awful incident unfold in the vintage video and witness how Bobby responded when Tony proposed they take BJ off of life support in order to give Maxie her heart. Did you watch General Hospital back then? If so, did you recognize Hertford from her earlier Port Charles role? Share your memories with us in the comments. Jacqueline Zeman and Bobby Spencer may be gone from General Hospital, but they'll never be forgotten, especially by those who worked with them. That's why the show's sending Bobby goodbye with a beautiful, touching memorial this week and placing those who worked with Zeman longest front and center. Take Bobby and Scotty. They were bound to each other from the time she landed in Port Charles, and when Ken Schreiner chatted with Eldridge ATL about his dear friend, he made it clear that he credits Zeman's Bobby as being one of the driving forces that propelled General Hospital from number 18 in the daytime ratings to number 1 in just a year. This was even before Tony Geary came on, as Luke Schreiner said. Jackie spearheaded all that because when Bobby Spencer came on, she was a little firecracker. She was this girl from the wrong side of the tracks who had this objective of getting me away from Laura and marry me. Zeman and Schreiner were close from just about the start, and that friendship never faltered in all the decades afterward. In fact, the two spent last year's New Year's Eve together, and it's a night Schreiner will remember forever. We had the time of our lives that night, he shared, and I had no indication, nor did she, that anything was wrong. It all happened so fast. And all of that is why saying goodbye has been so extremely painful, not just off-screen, but on as well. Getting through those moments with Lucy, Scotty, Laura and Kevin toasting to Bobby and reminiscing was, Schreiner made clear, not fun. As an actor you were thinking, this is too near to home. I don't really want to have to play these moments, but they have to be played because we wanted to pay honor to the Bobby character. It was terrible. but they did it for the fans because they deserve to be allowed to say goodbye too. I know Scotty has a eulogy, and I have some scenes with Lucy talking about Bobby leading up to the memorial service, Schreiner stated to Eldridge ATL. I'm not exactly sure how it will all fit together when it airs. I'm hoping the audience will be pleased. And there's more to come as the four each present eulogies at the memorial, Schreiner continued, and each person has a different slant on the character. It was challenging. We trust that all the bases were covered for Bobby as well as for Jackie. It's tricky to convey up just how much someone who's been a part of General Hospital one way or another for almost 45 years means to everyone, but we've no doubt that the show and the performers who loved Zeman adored Schreiner did a magnificent job. Even before Sonny Corinthos, portrayed by Maurice Bernard, invited Eva to live with him as his house guest, and previous to throwing Nina out of his life, the coffee importer shared a certain connection with the art gallery owner on General Hospital. The two haven't always been pals, but Sonny perhaps can be more of his true self around Avery's mama. Bernard recently interviewed with Soap Hub on the dynamic between Sonny and Ava. Bernard is the first to confess that Sonny's treatment of Ava hasn't always been very gentlemanly. In fact, he's been downright abusive to the mother of his daughter, Avery. Not so much now, but in the past, I have never seen on TV, or maybe in movies, a character treat a woman that badly as Sonny has Ava. But it worked. She plays it perfectly, Bernard said of co-star Maura West. Then Sonny's not nice to her. How long can we keep doing that? Bernard recalls that it worked for quite a while, and in fact, it still works. They understand each other and I enjoy playing that, Bernard says of the Sonny/Ava interaction. About a year ago, West spoke out about a prospective future for Sonny and Ava. Ava and Sonny's dynamic has mellowed a bit due, we believe, in no small part to their mutual affection for their daughter, Avery. Sonny also understands that Ava will cross the line and be ruthless with her adversaries if she so wishes. When Sonny kept Dex on ice for a bit last year while he was determining out if the young guy was actually loyal to him or not, the mobster discussed with Ava what he'd done. He was not as honest with Nina, the woman he purported to love. Sonny also kept Nana in the dark about the nanny and Ava's part in it. There are sides to Sonny that he preferred to keep concealed. However, he understands that he can share all the dark sides of himself with Ava. How may it play out in light of Ava residing at his home and Nina being alienated from him? Stay tuned. You may see the interview below. Bernard is the first to confess that Sonny's treatment of Ava hasn't always been very gentlemanly. In fact, he's been downright abusive to the mother of his daughter, Avery. Not so much now, but in the past, I have never seen on TV, or maybe in movies, a character treat a woman that badly as Sonny has Ava, but it worked. She plays it perfectly, Bernard said of co-star Maura West. Then, Sonny's not nice to her. How long can we keep doing that? Bernard recalls that it worked for quite a while, and in fact, it still works. So what do you guys think about this update?